What's up guys, I want to talk about two things in this video in regards to Vasyl Lomachenko. One is that it is up in the air whether or not he is going to fight. Apparently he's been dealing with his back injury according to his manager Igis Klimas, and he is undecided about whether or not he's going to fight again, but if his back is healthy and he feels up for a training camp again, he will fight again. And the second is about why he hasn't been able to achieve what Oleksandr Usyk has achieved, and that is become Undisputed Champion. Well, in answer to the first question, whether or not Lomachenko is healthy or not, I think he should retire. And I'll get into why in a second, but that's on the first point. The second is the fact that he hasn't been able to become undisputed. First of all, it's high level boxing, so sometimes this elite fighter wins, sometimes that elite fighter wins. No big deal, it is what it is. But another reason, and this is the main reason why I don't expect Lomachenko to be able to achieve what Usyk achieved now in his late 30s, because Usyk has been able to become undisputed at 37 when he's going to be 38 in a few days, which is ridiculous given the disadvantages he is at this division at heavyweight. Lomachenko, he actually, aside from the size difference, actually has more disadvantages than Usyk, because the reason Usyk has been able to beat all these heavyweights who are so much bigger than him is because of his speed. It's due to other reasons, of course, his boxing brain, his boxing IQ, his incredible movement, etc, and a combination of all those things, but his speed has been a tremendous factor. If he wasn't as fast as he is, and he wasn't faster than these heavyweights, he wouldn't be able to beat them because they are so much bigger than him, and they are all incredibly powerful. AJ Dubois, Fury, not only powerful but very skilled on the inside, being able to lean all over you, fight a big man fight, etc. The reason Usyk is able to beat these guys is, again, because of his speed. He has that advantage over these guys because he's so much naturally smaller than them. So even though guys like Dubois are more than 10 years younger than him, and all these guys are younger than him, his speed is key. Lomachenko isn't giving up 30, 40, in some cases 50 pounds against Fury in size, which is crazy. Again, for Usyk to be able to beat these guys at his age, Lomachenko isn't giving up that kind of size discrepancy, but he is in some ways at a greater disadvantage because he doesn't have the speed advantage that Usyk has over these guys. You see Lomachenko against Teofimo Lopez, against Devin Haney, also against Jermaine Ortiz and Luke Campbell. Even though he won those fights, these guys are able to match him in speed. Not only are they considerably younger than him, but they also naturally are very fast, and they're able to match Lomachenko. And therefore, because they are so much bigger than him, again, not 30, 40, 50 pounds bigger than him, but still considerably bigger than he is, them being able to match Lomachenko in speed, even though they can't match him in everything else in terms of footwork and all-round versatility, the ability to switch hit and the explosiveness, etc, that speed alone is why they were able to neutralize him the way they have. If Lomachenko was able to be faster than them, and these guys weren't as naturally fast as they are, then Lomachenko, I believe, probably would have become undisputed by now. But again, the speed is a key for them because they're all much bigger than him and more powerful, and they also have good boxing brains. You've seen Jermaine Ortiz, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, all of these fights have been extremely competitive for Loma because they, first of all, have been studying him for so long. They all have high level skills and they're able to predict where he's going to go, and even though they're not as skilled and as talented as he is, the speed alone and the size is enough to neutralize him compared to what he used to be when he was in his prime. So I would like to see Lomachenko to retire because I don't think he is going to have the same success Usyk has had at heavyweight. I'm sure he can still beat William Zepeda. I would pick him to win that fight every day of the week. And I would also probably pick him to beat Muratalla and Denis Berinchyk, although that's his countryman, so I don't think they would ever fight. But Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, I don't see him being able to beat these guys. Shakur Stevenson is a master at range. I know he's looked shaky at times in his previous fights, but range control is what he does best. He has sparred Lomachenko. Lomachenko is getting close to 40 now. Teofimo Lopez and Jermaine Ortiz and Devin Haney were able to have success at range against Loma, and those guys don't rely on long-range boxing as much as Shakur Stevenson does. As for Tank Davis, well, Lomachenko did pull out of the negotiations earlier this year. He has shown that he can be outboxed at times, but he is in his prime now, whereas Lomachenko is well past his prime, and his power is the big difference. We've been talking about this fight for years, and again, I think there's a reason, besides the injury, that Lomachenko did withdraw from the negotiations. Keyshawn Davis isn't even in his prime yet. He's not even peaking, and look how fast his hands are. He's very familiar with Lomachenko. Like Lopez, like Haney, like Jermaine Ortiz, like all of these young guns, Lomachenko has been fighting back to back. He would have studied him, he would have studied his footwork, he would have studied how to counter Lomachenko's explosive bursts and push him back. And when Lomachenko is stepping to his right and he's about to explode in and pop the left hand, and when he's waiting for you to step forward with your left so that he can step around you, he would have studied all of that. And I just, again, do not think it's going to work out for Lomachenko. So he has nothing to be ashamed of. I would like to see him retire. I prefer to see great fighters retire from the sport rather than wait for the sport to retire them. And I'll be talking about this in detail about why I would like Oleksandr Usyk to retire. But those are my thoughts on Lomachenko. Let me know your thoughts down below about why he hasn't been able to achieve what Usyk has achieved. Like the video and subscribe to the channel for more, guys. Catch you later.